Greetings, Legionists. This is Arendelft. So if you did not see this on the 5th, this was a little subtle thing that was just dropped yesterday. And a lot of people were jumping theories around and whatnot about what it was about. And guess what? Now we get to figure that out. Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. So the Adeptus Costodes. Okay, alright. I have to... Oh, so pretty. Okay, so terminators and bikes. And right here we can, of course, see the bikes. And they look amazing. Oh, Terra, that is just absolutely awesome. But anyway, yeah, I had heard that they're getting their own codex, and that they're getting terminators and bikes, and I am super freaking stoked for both. There are not words to emphasize how stoked I am for this. And oh yeah, so mostly one of the biggest reasons I'm looking forward to it is the actual codex itself. I want to, you know, figure things out with them. Quick spoiler alert for Master of Mankind. There used to be a legend, and you know, if you haven't read Master of Mankind and you know you don't want spoilers for it, ye be warned. There was a legend back in the day that the Custodes were still battling in the webway to keep, you know, the huge army of demons from flooding the palace from below. In fact, it is actually going straight into the throne room of Emprax, aka the Emperor, which, you know, would have killed him. So, with that in mind, at the end of that, the Emperor resigns himself to having to shut down the webway. He had been hoping to save it. He had very much been hoping to do that, but that failed. He was not able to save the webway gate that he had opened, and he had to close it to save Earth, otherwise they would have lost then and there. So, as far as I know, the Custodes have not been battling for over 10,000 years a massive army of demons. Or at least if they have, something else happened to spark that into, well, happening. In other words, maybe the gateway got reopened or whatever, I don't know. All I know is that that particular webway was closed by the Emperor himself. Anyways, so with that in mind, I doubt they would have allowed any of their actual training or anything like that to become rusty. I seriously doubt that. Each and every single one of them would have been, you know, uber trained. And at this point, I'm also hoping that we get a better look into how the Custodes are made and whatnot. Because I did indeed get the impression that they are actual men who are upgraded in a very different process than the Astartes. The Astartes were considered a much cruder, more mass-produced version of the Custodes. And the Custodes, many of the Custodes, are even comparable to the Primarchs. And once again, spoiler alert for Master of Mankind, same book as I, gave a spoiler for before. In this, they he actually sometimes referred fondly to some of his Costodes, and he referred to the Primarchs, all of them, by their numbers. Never did he refer to them by their names, just by their numbers. Emprax doesn't care about any of the Primarchs, yet he seems to show a strange fondness for the Costodes. And I'm not saying it's like emotional or anything like that, but he's considering, you know, he was, every time he lost one of them, he considered losing it some prized work or something along those lines. So it's not like, you know, he considers them actual sons or anything like that. But he considers them more fondly than he does the Primarchs by far. And I think this has something to do with the fact that he got the secret for the Primarchs from the Tenebrae Quator, otherwise known as the Dark Gods, and whatnot. So with that in mind, that might be the reason why he's so detached from the Primarchs, because, you know, he got the secrets for them from something that, let's face it, is pure fragging evil. Because the warp is not an actual reflection of the reality of the materium. The immaterium is not a true reflection of the materium. It only absorbs all the negative emotions of every kind. Literally. So it is not an actual reflection. The warp is nothing but evil. Who knows if it might have actually been a true reflection at one point and something corrupted it or whatever, but whatever the case may be, it's not a good place. Emprax knows that, and anyone who knows anything knows that, and yeah. Anyway, so with that in mind, these Costodes super eager to figure out, you know, more details about how they're actually made and whatnot. And what's more is if Emprax was actually needed in their creation, or if they themselves know how to select, train, and create more of them. Otherwise, for everyone that dies, there cannot be another one until Emprax rises again. So it would make sense, though, that he had taught others how to do it, how to create the Costodes and whatnot. So I would strongly theorize that that was indeed the case, that there are, you know, others who can. In any case, I would love everyone's thoughts on this. I will leave a link down in the description so everyone can go and watch this video for themselves. Please give it a thumbs up over at Warhammer TV and show your support over there. We want this to come out. We so do. I am just so eager to see the Costodes come out full-fledged. So, waiting on this, super stoked. Anyways, anybody has any feedback, please leave it in the comment section below. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you disliked it, please let me know why. And if you are new to the channel and genuinely enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. In any case, don't get into too much trouble or do, it's always up to you. Toodles!